that's why I tell people, just don't go out of your way. I mean, you can help people. That's completely fine. If you trust the person, you like the person, you think they're chill, you trust they'll do better, sure. That person fucks you over, don't continue. Don't continue. They fuck up once or twice, okay, sure. If you trust the person enough to go twice, okay. Just don't put them, but don't put everything into helping them. I did that mistake, and hell, I have ruined my life because of it. And you know what? I digress. I move on. But it's not about me. But it's just about the idea that think about yourself first. And if you feel like you have feel the weight of the world on you because you want to talk to someone, or you feel like that person doesn't want to talk to you, or you're not important enough for them, fuck them. And if they say that that you're too fucking unimportant, or they're more important than you, first of all, cut ties, and second of all, who gives a shit, man? You are literally the better one in this situation, because if a person says that they probably have the worst depression, they have nothing to their name, they're they're just losers. They got some mental issues. That's it. They're depressed. They have like 50 friends, and they're not happy because none of them are actual good friends. All of them are just like, oh my god, baby, you're so good, queen. You got such a fat ass, and you're so sexy. Or oh my god, bro, you're so cool because you're drinking beer and taking steroids. Oh man, you're smoking weed and getting drunk. You fucking destroyed your lungs. You're gonna get in a car crash and kill a pregnant lady. These are the people that you look up to. Well, get jealous of. I mean, like these people who party. If you have a bit of friends, best friends you trust, that's it. That's what I learned. I had a lot of friends. I hated it. I enjoyed it. I liked the idea of having a lot of friends who I enjoyed, just doing things with. I was a very much of a class clown guy. If you can tell, I enjoyed it with a lot of friends. But once you get to the point of just deep conversations, actual friendships, and in the future, you will lose 99% of them. And if you do not like get deep with like a couple of them, or just get a connection, you're fucked. Online wise, that's a bit. That depends. If you're a cringe guy and you're like, oh, ooh woo, some shit, talking on those wholesome servers, I can't relate to you people. I'm the last thing from wholesome. It's like my kryptonite. I'm about big booty black men twerking. Very different. You know, I'm about the gamblers. I'm deteriorated like half of you. It's fine. But you should always just find a couple of people you should stay with, because that's what matters the most. If you think having the most of something is the most meaningful thing and the most important thing you need to know, it's because you're looking online and seeing these videos of chicks with 60,000 like boyfriends, friends, DMs. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You see these people with a lot of friends, a lot of money, sexy, beautiful. You have such high expectations, and it's like a fun fact. A lot of those chicks with like those big asses who lost a lot of weight, big, nice, slim upper body, nice chest, nice ass. Those women are taking steroids, some type of testosterone. Men, you see those bulky, muscly men, those don't exist unless you start like you could probably get that right now if you just like if you push yourself, yeah. But you're gonna take steroids, and that makes your weeby small, and your weeby is already small enough as it is. You don't need to make it smaller anyway, and like it makes me annoyed. I hate a lot of the online things because they don't think about normal people. They don't think about how we feel as normal human. I mean, I'm talking about like they're different. They're the same people, but you're just thinking about yourself. When you have a trauma as a kid and you're like, fuck people, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, and I really do not care about others. I'm just gonna make my own money because I have trauma, and I don't care because I'm edgy and I'm a smart, meticulous, unethical bitch. I feel like that's half the people. Because there's no way you make those videos, those blatant, obvious scams and lies to people, making them self conscious, uh, you make them what's the word? You make them doubt themselves. You make people doubt like their abilities. You make them want to change their bodies to something that's, let me be honest, unrealistic. Half of them is most of it is unrealistic. A guy could train for 200 days and still look like, those lean guys. You can go look online, lean guys like who train 200 days. Those guys look, compared to those bodybuilders, they look small as hell. But those people put the effort. They are clean, not tiny weeny. But those big guys, you look at them on the screen and you're like, oh my god, he's happy as fuck. He's gonna get all the chicks. Sure, but that stare is making him angry and probably beating the shit out of those women. Second of all, he's probably in immense pain, feeling horrible. I mean, I can't really say because I'm not a professional, but I can tell you for sure people on steroids are not happy people at the end of the day. Later on in their life, they're screwed. But I'm just talking about self image. Love yourself. You know? I think a year and a half ago, I was like almost 90 kilos. Like, seriously, I hate, all my life, I was a fat kid. I was a big, chubby kid. The cheeks, I can't really do anything about that. The voice, that's just something you have to live with. Like, the idea of, I've had it all my life. It's fine. And I was a fat kid. And I used to cope with my, like, because I was bullied and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to fucking bore you with my problems. You guys got problems of your own. But, I had a lot of problems. And, you know, I overcame it by just eating food. And that's not the way to do it. You should not give up in that sense. Eventually, out of pure hatred, I think the motivation was hatred. I hated a specific person. I hated some people. I hated myself. I didn't really hate myself. I hated a couple people. I'm a sexy man, I always love myself. You know, mogging. But I worked on myself. I pushed and push. I didn't go like David Goggins, push yourself. And I do some exercise. And yeah, I went down from like almost 90 to like 63 kilos and then went to 69 kilos. Hell, my diet has not changed. It's just, I cut down the Pepsis, definitely, because that shit was hurting me like a motherfucker. But exercising takes time. It's painful. Definitely, you're not gonna like it. I didn't like it for the beginning, but then I got codependent on it because I liked it. Maybe because I'm a masochist. Am I a masochist? Put your thoughts down in the comments if I'm a masochist. But yeah, I got to a point I'm happy. I mean, I'm still gonna, gain the bulk and blah blah blah. But if you push yourself out of your comfort zone, push yourself a tiny bit. I know that this motivation sounds like everyone else, but it's true. I used to think it's all bullshit. I used to think like, man, you're just bullshitting me. You're just making up some stupid shit because you want me to buy your product. But no, they're not wrong. A lot of those people who just tell you that push yourself a bit, be uncomfortable, do things you never usually do. Begin it, you won't like it, but eventually you'll get used to it and you'll like it, or learn to find new, or maybe if you don't, there's new things you'll find. And they're right, It's a slow progress in life. You think that life's fucked just because you failed one day. Like with a lot of people who study, they fail an exam and they lose everything. They kill themselves. They get depressed. Man, a lot of people like that. One failure doesn't mean you're a fuck up. Everybody fails. The richest people, the best people fail. The hell, they still fail now. They just fail, they haven't escaped because they hired some extra Chinese kids to work in the factory. They had their escape plans, but whatever. If you fail, just that's fine. Try again. Do something else. Moving on is like the biggest thing in just life. Moving on. Whew, that's a big thing to do. It's hard for a lot of people. In relationships, in work, in failures, in projects, in school. Some people aren't as smart. Some people aren't as good. Some people may not come up with the best idea. That's fine. You do it. You fuck up. You try again. You try to do something. Eventually, it'll do well. A lot of people nowadays, especially with TF2 Easy, maybe just generally, they don't move on. I didn't move on with a certain situation for like 2, 3 months because that was a lot of money I lost. I really wanted to kill that person. And, maybe the FBI is going to come knocking down my door, but I meant it. Because Pettiness is horrible, and it's crazy. It's a very, very effective method to do something stupid. But if you move on and stop thinking about that mistake and accept it and realize, okay, what am I doing wrong? If you find it out, that's good. If you don't, then keep trying till you do. There's a tunnel at the end of the light. I'm sure some people, if you fuck up and fuck up and fuck up and fuck up and you never change, that's kind of on you. You're not changing anything, and if you're changing it like an entire accolade different, then yeah, man, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're stupid. Can't help you there. But yeah, keep trying, man. You'll get there eventually. I think I've been ranting a while, but that's just because I always like I suffered kind of a bit of a bad depression for a year because of someone, and just because that person, plus a lot of other things, kind of got to me. But you can get over your depressions if you accept the position, you plan, and you move on. And you like rewire your brain, and boom, begin. Once you begin, maybe you want to go back. That's fine. You keep going, maybe a bit into it, you'll be fine. And I promise you, you'll be fine. Maybe so, because I know a lot of you are gamblers. I know a lot of you might be having troubles, but I suffered with a lot of those problems. I had an addiction. Hell, I used to gamble. I once had to keep $200 to pay something for someone, and I gambled that because I wanted to win $2, and I lost $200, and I had to take out a loan to pay for it. We all do stupid shit. Some of you have a hard time coping. Some of you have a hard time moving on, but I suggest trying your best. Ice cream. It's gonna take me and molest me. That ice cream truck there in the background. Never give up. I'm giving these retarded speeches, and half of you are probably just gonna spam that I'm a 15-year-old in the comments. I really do not give a shit. I don't. I have better things in my life to do than care about what you say. Hell, I actually like it. I kind of get hard from it. So please do tell me that I look 15. But not that. Actually, no, I shouldn't be saying that. It'll get me attacked, murdered. But love yourself. I mean, unless you're like extremely obese, then that's absolute cinema and you're fucked. I'm sorry to say. Gotta lose the pounds, little bro. You gotta lose them pounds, because the only chick you're meeting is Tammy from my 600-pound life. That's all you're meeting. That and an infected leg, because you jerked off on that leg once and the fold stuck the cum in there. That is disgusting. Whatever. I'll be honest, I don't know where the fuck this came from. I finished the game and now I'm just going on a tangent on just being a happy person. A lot of the things I do as a satire, because it's nice to make just get some people happy. Some people will be pissed because they're just that way. If you're an edgy guy who tells me to kill myself, that, oh my god, you sound 15, you're retarded, I'm talking about an example for everyone. If you get bullied, or if you're a wholesome person, if someone insults you, I don't suggest you take the insult unless you know you're that. It depends on the person, actually. Some people are really dense and they do not know with themselves. Some people say, "Oh, but I'm not this," but then apparently, like they say, "Oh, I'm not a pretentious bitch," and you're a pretentious bitch. But if you get constructive criticism, sure, take that. If you get insulted, ignore it. It doesn't matter even if it's right. Ignore it. If it's from a friend, they give you constructive criticism, you take it. But from those people who are like really edgy in their 20s, those are the worst people. And I feel like if they insult you, never insult them back. Laugh. Maybe tell them, "Oh, thank you, daddy," or something. Because those people are worse off than probably even the depressed people. No life, no job, no money, 20 something years old, homeless for later. Probably the parents want to kick them out. They've never seen a woman. Only thing they fucked is the peanut butter jar or that anime pillar they have in their background. I mean, I kind of respect the dark humor, but other than that, I don't like those type of people because they harass the people that shouldn't be harassed, and that's just. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not funny, because that person actually might kill themselves and they might be really affected by it. I hate human beings. I'm just kidding. I don't hate people. There's a lot of people I don't like. I think that's just normal for every person watching this video. There's certain people you don't like. There's certain people you like. Happens. Maybe what I'm giving isn't speech wise is useless as I'm not an old wise person, but I'm giving this based on experience that yeah, back to the point of moving on. The moving on and replanning and trying again despite failure is just your best option. Because no matter what, trying and failing to try again is a lot better than trying, failing, than giving up. You'll never let it down. You'll just stay in that same position and you'll never grow. And it's hard to get out of it because the mind is a very scary place once you get thinking. I'm giving you a very deep, deep thought. And I never had a girlfriend. If any girls watching, you know where my DM's at. I have thick legs. The dick, forget about the size, it's gigantic. But yeah, I should stop ranting. Because this is not a fucking rant or of advice, despite the fact I'm 18. This is a video just, a gaming. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Probably none of you are gonna watch it, and that's fine. I don't care. I just enjoy talking to the camera and hoping someone sees it. Huh? Maybe might become a bit like up there with the greats, the Michelangelos. But yeah, thanks for watching and